No.
You know, like, so, yeah.
Right, and art is different because we live in a time where we know it's just less realistic now to make a living with art. We just live in a different world. But the fulfillment of seeing your own work in its, full expression of what you want it to be is fulfilling enough.
Right.
And then we hope to get to the point where, like, someday someone will pay us something. That's kind of where I am.
Right.
But it's also like, it's just a different game than talking about work, even if it's work that you love and love to do. And I know you do. You love to do this midwifing stuff, but it's work.
It's work. And so I just need to figure out the way to make it pay and...
The tangible service.
It's a tangible service
versus putting your art into the world as kind of this intangible value.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But tangible to yourself, but yes.
Mm-hmm. And giving, it's like, I'm sure therapists feel like there's that line also in their lives of, it's a tricky thing. And I'm learning a lot. And I'm coming to that place of, I can't keep giving this skill for free. Even to the people I love. I can't, it's too exhausting.
Yeah.
And it makes me hate the thing. Makes me hate the skill.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to separate it from my own art making mind and put it in a different space. But all good. Yeah. Just learning.
Yeah, and then it's a hard thing, though, to figure out how to monetize something like this.
Totally. And to be serving...
And then all the work you're putting into doing that is time you're taking away from doing your own stuff.
Right. And would I be better off getting, just a full-time job that I know will pay me, but
and you
still...
can leave at the office door at the end of the day.
And hypothetically, you leave at the office door when you leave.
Right.
But... Or do you keep chasing the thing that you think, oh, this makes me happy. I want to make this my job. Like the not lucrative, but the have more financial stability kind of job because I love it.
It's just an enormous amount of legwork.
Yeah.
That you have to look at it as, if you're budgeting your time, you'd be putting in this enormous amount of work towards that.
Yeah.
And it would take away from... But yeah. But then what are you going to do?
Right. And right now I feel like this... Because I'd ultimately love to be teaching more, teaching in a college level. I feel like this can open more doors to those opportunities, which are really hard to get.
You don't think you need to just kind of work through the academic system to do that? You think this is like a side way in?
I do think this is a side way in. I mean, creating your own company in the theater world is...
Right.
And producing your own work. It's all the sideways in. It's this, I'm going to do this.
Doing the actual work you're going to teach about.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And feeling I do have, although it's a fight, it's one of our, I put on there, the money fight, which is really only sensitive to me. But, I do have the luxury of having someone right now who's super supportive and that we can have a modest living and I don't have the huge pressure of contributing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't give me a lot of wiggle room in taking finances for my art. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do. But some. But. And you guys have some other stuff going on.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
How is Mike?
He's really good. He's feeling super good. There have been no like major side effects.
That's good.
And now he's in the phase.
Is he still going once a week?
No, now he goes once a month.
Once a month, okay.
So that's huge. Like that just feels like a big thing. Like
yeah,
this is easier.
When did that change?
August. He'll go at the end of August.
Okay.
So he went at the beginning of August, and now, so he's like kind of in his first month of less
tapering.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still like we were every once in a while he'll be like this. He'll be like, this is happening right now. Do you think this is okay? Do you think this is a side effect? And I'm like, and he'll be kind of like, he's so even keeled and like rational that when I see him kind of in that place of like, where I'm like all the time.
Right.
That I'm like,
oh my God.
So it's like that navigating too of being like, trying to be the calm one of like, and the rational one of like, well, let's write it down in your log for the doctor that this happened on this date. And maybe we should email, maybe we should call them. Would it make like, do you think that would make you feel better? Do you want like them to tell you this is normal? And then he'll like try to snap back into like easygoing and be like, no, it's normal.
No, right.
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
It's
but
like you being calm reminds him that actually that's his job. And then but the role reversal happens like momentarily.
Yeah.
And then.
And it almost makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But
it's like you can't both be playing the same role at the same time. It's really weird.
Yes.
So then it always just feels like, I'm trying to think of a good image for it. It just feels like if it's like you're always like jumping sides. That's what it feels like with me and Bill too. It's like I'll be in this place of like, no, we have to go back. This is so crazy. What are we doing to ourselves? And then, Bill will be like, fine, fuck it. I'll book tickets. We'll go back next week. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Just stay. Everything's cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we just can't be on the same. It's like there's almost not space for that in a relationship, it feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah. But then it makes me realize how much space I do take up in that way.
Yeah. When you see him taking up space in that way.
Yeah. And for such brief periods of time, I'm like, whoa, but that's me constantly. It seems like. Anyway.
It's the big thing in relationships.
The big thing.
Who has space for what, when.
Yeah.
And how much space are we making for each other's feelings? Are we each giving each other there isn't, the thing is, I think is like this myth of a relationship of equality. And I don't know that that's a real thing. I think there's always inequality in a relationship, but it's about different inequalities at different moments in time and space. And with different things. Like, it's not like there's this like pie and you each get 50% of the emotional space at all times.
No.
And there's also and I hate to even admit this because it's so frustrating to think about things in gendered terms, but there is gender inequality. Men do have this, as feminist and open-minded and liberal and modern as guys like Mike and Bill are, they're men that were raised as men.
Yes.